If you haven't noticed, my husband's very, very handsome.
It's so fake.
I'm like, this can't be real.
Oh, he's such a great partner.
It sucks.
Are you joking?
It's
This
bad.
is terrible.
You suck. You suck.
I feel that.
What? Stop. All of it is fake.
Yeah.
Fucking nonsense. It's stupid.
Right, I feel that every day in how supportive he's been.
Meghan Markle is back in the headlines, and not for the reasons she wants. Between cringy interviews, brand misfires, and a growing chorus of critics, the Duchess of Sussex is becoming less of a fairy tale and more of a cautionary tale.
You know, I mean, she used to be on
Was
Deal or
he
No
infiltrated?
Deal. Look, she was on Deal or No Deal.
Yeah, that's right.
And then the wife convinces you to leave the royal family. Like, I'm out. I don't need you guys. Which is crazy, because don't you just get free money?
Oh my gosh, look at all these photos about last night. ... Thank you, Beyonce and team, for an amazing concert and a very fun date night. All love. Girl, she didn't invite you to the concert.
But behind the press clips and podcast quotes is something deeper, a carefully curated image that's starting to crack.
Oh my god, that hat. Oh god, he's so hot. Look at him. Isn't Prince Harry? She bagged a fox.
Is this the story of a misunderstood woman under pressure, or the greatest PR pivot in modern royalty? Let's break it down. Because what happens next could change everything. When Meghan Markle appeared on Jamie Kern-Lima's new podcast, the setup was perfect. A billionaire beauty mogul, a duchess in sweats, and a conversation about real, raw emotion. It was supposed to be heartwarming, vulnerable, honest. But what viewers got instead felt more like a performance than a confession, and it sparked a backlash no one saw coming. From the moment the cameras rolled, something was off. Meghan sat on a soft beige couch, no visible makeup, hair casually tied back, and her voice lowered to a trembling whisper. Jamie leaned in and asked, "How are you really doing?" Cue the theatrics. Better than okay," Meghan said, dabbing at her eyes. Her voice cracked. Her face shifted into what looked like controlled sadness. But eagle-eyed viewers noticed something strange. There wasn't a single tear, not even the glimmer of moisture. And that's when social media exploded. Clips of the moment went viral almost instantly. Some slowed the footage down. Others zoomed in to analyze every blink. The verdict? No tears, no redness, just a flawless face and a performance that felt strangely rehearsed. The hashtag #NoTearsMeg started trending within hours. Critics accused her of faking emotion for sympathy. One tweet simply read, "Hollywood called. They want their drama coach back." But that wasn't even the moment that made jaws drop. Partway through the episode, Jamie proudly held up a pastel-colored gift basket Meghan had sent her, packed with goodies like jam, hand lotion, and tea. Tucked inside was a white card. On it, in elegant script, it read, "With compliments of HRH, the Duchess of Sussex." And that's when the internet truly lost it. Wait, HRH? As in Her Royal Highness? The very title Meghan and Harry agreed to stop using when they stepped down from royal duties in 2020? According to the agreement with Queen Elizabeth, they could keep the titles legally, but not use them in public or for commercial purposes. Signing that card as HRH was either a shocking slip-up or a deliberate flex. Either way, it didn't sit well. Comments flooded in. She wants the crown without the duty.
And it seems like that lady is a temptress. She's a siren. She's
Ooh,
lured him
she's
into the rocks.
Is this jam or a brand pitch? You left the firm, but the ego stayed. Some even joked that Meghan's next product would be a tiara-shaped candle called Delusion. By the time the episode ended, one thing was clear. Meghan's attempt to show vulnerability had backfired. Instead of sparking empathy, it lit a firestorm of doubt, and critics were ready to dig deeper. But if the tears looked suspicious, the body language behind them raised even more questions. The podcast clip of Meghan's tearless breakdown made the rounds. Body language experts wasted no time. And leading the charge was Scott Rouse, a behavior analyst known for dissecting politicians, CEOs, and celebrities. But this time, he wasn't just reading a speech. He was watching a performance. Rouse released a frame-by-frame analysis on YouTube, and what he found poured gasoline on the already burning skepticism. Meghan's carefully controlled facial expressions, her choice of words, even her posture. Everything screamed polished, not personal. The exact moment she claimed to be overwhelmed with emotion, her shoulders remained squared. No hunching, no physical signs of collapse. Her face showed no redness, no swelling, no twitch of genuine distress. And then came the kicker, the single shoulder shrug. According to Rouse, that gesture, often subtle and easily missed, can be a sign that someone doesn't fully believe what they're saying. Meghan did it when discussing how grateful she was for support. He also pointed to her blinking pattern, excessive, fast, and out of sync with her words. To professionals, that can signal internal conflict, anxiety, or even outright deception. But the most damning detail came from the past. Internet sleuths dug up an old red carpet interview from 2013. A younger, smiling Meghan stood in front of flashing cameras when an entertainment reporter asked, "Can you cry on cue?" Without hesitation, Meghan laughed and replied, "Oh, absolutely. Left eye. 3 seconds. Watch this." She even mimicked wiping a tear, adding, "Acting school. Gotta earn that SAG card." The clip resurfaced just as the podcast backlash hit its peak, and viewers connected the dots fast. Was Meghan's trembling voice and moist gaze on Jamie's podcast just another Hollywood trick? Scott Rouse seemed to think so. "There's a disconnect," he said. "The words are emotional, but the body's not matching up. That's a red flag." He even pointed to how Meghan responded to compliments during the episode. Each time Jamie praised her strength or motherhood, Meghan's smile came fast, too fast, and faded the moment the praise ended. "That's classic manufactured gratitude," Rouse explained. "It doesn't linger." In the comments under Rouse's video, viewers went in. "She's playing Duchess on camera like it's a Netflix audition." Another added, "Meghan doesn't need a therapist, she needs a script editor." And maybe that's the heart of the issue. Meghan's story may be real. Her emotions may be valid. But when every moment feels rehearsed, every gesture choreographed, it's hard for anyone to believe what they're seeing. Still, the suspicious. Tears were nothing compared to the 3 bold letters that showed up on her card. HRH. That one detail wasn't just dramatic. It might have broken a royal rule. 3 letters. That's all it took to throw Meghan Markle back into the crosshairs of royal controversy. HRH. Her Royal Highness. When Jamie Kern-Lima held up that thank you card from Meghan on her podcast, the soft cursive seemed innocent enough until viewers noticed the signature, with compliments of HRH, the Duchess of Sussex. For many, it was just a flourish. But for royal watchers, it was a big deal. Back in 2020, after the infamous Megxit negotiations with Queen Elizabeth, Meghan and Harry agreed to a very specific arrangement. They could technically retain their HRH titles legally, but they could no longer use them publicly or commercially. That was the line in the sand. You're out, but you don't get to wear the crown while selling jam or giving interviews. So, when that HRH signature popped up, critics were quick to pounce. Was it just a personal touch? Or a quiet, calculated reminder of who she used to be and who she still thinks she is? Royal biographers were blunt. This isn't a slip-up. One noted, it's a power move. They pointed out that Meghan has rarely, if ever, used HRH in any public forum since 2020. Why start now? Meghan's reps scrambled to put out the fire. They claimed the gift was private, not promotional. This was not a commercial transaction, said one insider. It was a personal gift to a friend, not a branding opportunity. But the damage was done. Social media tore into the move with brutal speed. Memes showed Meghan holding a jar of jam while wearing a crown made of strawberries. One tweet joked, "She wants the tiara without the taxes." Another wrote, "Next week, Prince Harry signs a Netflix deal as Duke of Netflixshire." Even former fans admitted the optics were off. "You can't have it both ways," one comment read. "You walked away from the firm. You said no to royal rules. But now you're sneakily sliding the title into your aesthetic?" What made it worse was the silence from the palace. No statement, no clarification, just the typical royal quiet that says more than any press release could. And for the British public, it added fuel to an already simmering fire. Many saw the HRH signature not as nostalgia, but defiance, a subtle rebellion wrapped in floral. Branding to Meghan's supporters, it was overblown, just a signature. But to her critics, it was everything, a symbol of how she wants all the glamour of royalty, without any of the responsibility. And this wasn't the only branding misstep. Because while people were debating whether she broke royal protocol with her signature, Meghan was busy launching something else, something that would land her in hot water across the ocean. The next scandal. A rebrand so bold, even a Spanish mayor got involved. Just when the HRH signature scandal started to fade, Meghan Markle dropped her next big move, a lifestyle rebrand. It was elegant. It was polished. It was already someone else's logo. The brand, originally teased as American Riviera Orchard, was supposed to reflect Meghan's cozy Montecito life, sun-drenched, organic, luxurious. The name played off. Santa Barbara's local nickname. It felt high-end, local, and personal. But apparently, it also felt limiting. A few weeks later, the rebrand was official. As ever, that's the new name she rolled out, complete with a website, a teaser trailer, and a fresh, stylized logo. A single palm tree flanked by two birds. Simple, classy, trademark. Point one problem. That exact design, almost down to the last line, already belonged to a tiny Spanish town called Pereires. Their coat of arms, registered and centuries old, features the exact same palm tree and matching birds. It's not just similar, it's practically identical. When the town's mayor saw Meghan's new logo, she didn't mince words. "It's a total copy," she said. "Fruit spread than jam," one blog wrote, noting that the texture was loose and lacked the set required for real preserves. But for most viewers, it wasn't about the fruit. It was about the image. A Duchess, a handmade logo, a luxury product drop that sold out instantly, but only because there were barely any to begin with. It felt more like a branding stunt than a business. And for someone who once claimed to want privacy and normalcy, this looked more like a carefully calculated media moment. Critics called it royal core aesthetic cosplay. Others saw it as harmless branding. But before the logo dust could settle, another bombshell dropped. This time, over a bath recipe, to be exact. And for one woman, it wasn't relaxing. It was catastrophic. If you thought Meghan Markle's jam drama was sticky, her next controversy was downright scalding. Literally, in a wholesome-looking Netflix special featuring wellness and home rituals, Meghan shared a personal recipe for a relaxing bath soak. The scene was everything you'd expect: soothing music, soft lighting, close-up shots of mason jars and dried herbs. She added Himalayan pink salt, Epsom salt, lavender buds, and a touch of arnica oil. "It's all about healing," she said, scooping the pastel blend into a jar tied with twine. A moment of calm in a chaotic world. But for one fan in Maryland, that moment turned into a medical nightmare. Robin Patrick, a diabetic woman in her 50s, says she followed the recipe exactly as Meghan demonstrated. Within minutes of soaking in the mixture, her skin started to sting. Then it burned. She says the pain became unbearable, and she was later treated for severe chemical burns and ulcers. Patrick's legal team alleges the ingredients, particularly arnica, a potent anti-inflammatory often used in small amounts, reacted dangerously with her condition. They sent a demand letter to Meghan, Netflix, and Archewell, requesting a $10 million settlement, citing catastrophic injuries and emotional trauma. Photos circulated of blistered legs and scarred skin. News outlets picked up the story, and soon, Bathgate was trending. Meghan's team responded quickly, but cautiously. A spokesperson issued a statement expressing deep concern for the fans' well-being and noted that the recipe was intended as a lighthearted lifestyle moment, not medical advice. Netflix declined to comment, and Archewell didn't directly address the threat of a lawsuit. Online, the reactions were split. Some users accused Robin of looking for a payday. "It's bath salts, not poison," one tweet said. Others defended her, pointing out that influencers, and yes, even duchesses, have a responsibility when giving out wellness advice to millions. "Wellness branding is fun until someone gets hurt," a popular health columnist wrote. And once you present a recipe on a massive platform like Netflix, you're no longer just a duchess, you're a liability. Even Goop founder Gwyneth Paltrow's name came up in comparisons. Her own legal history with healing products was dragged into the discussion, reminding viewers just how risky the wellness space can be. And while the legal battle hasn't officially gone to court, Robin Patrick's lawyers confirmed they're willing to avoid litigation if a reasonable financial resolution is reached. In other words, cut a check, and this goes away quietly. For Meghan, it was another unexpected PR mess. a DIY act of self-care that spiraled into a full-blown controversy. But for the public, it raised a more unsettling question. Is anything about Meghan's new brand truly authentic? Or is it all curated for clicks and sympathy? And just as the legal smoke was rising, even darker rumors began to resurface. Rumors that had long hovered over Meghan's past, whispered about in blogs, and now returning with renewed intensity, with lawsuits looming and branding blunders piling up. The internet did what it always does. It went digging. And what it unearthed were old rumors Meghan Markle probably hoped had been buried for good. Whispers about Meghan's past have always followed her. But one of the most persistent and controversial is the so-called yacht girl narrative. This conspiracy-fueled theory suggests that in her early acting days, Meghan allegedly attended elite parties aboard luxury yachts, hosted by ultra-wealthy men and socialites. Some of these whispers go even further, hinting at ties to shady figures like Jeffrey Epstein and Prince Andrew. To be clear, there is no verified evidence that Meghan ever stepped foot on any Epstein-linked yacht. No photos, no confirmed guest lists, nothing concrete. But that hasn't stopped online forums, TikTok conspiracy channels, and fringe royal commentators from fanning the flames. One of the main voices behind the rumor is author and blogger Kirby Summers, who has made bold claims that Meghan may have run in the same circles as Epstein and Andrew. Again, no receipts, no proof. But the timing of these re-emerging allegations coinciding with Meghan's PR flops has only amplified their reach. And they aren't the only speculations being dragged back into the spotlight, according to some, who claim to know people close to Meghan's first husband. She had a vision board that included Prince Harry. Supposedly, long before they ever met, Meghan expressed a fascination with the royal family and allegedly had images of Harry pinned up among career goals and fashion clippings. Whether true or just gossip, it paints a very different picture from Meghan's public claim that she didn't know much about the royal family before dating him. Critics point to old blog posts where she gushed about Princess Diana's legacy and referenced British royalty with interest. Add in her college friends' reported comments about Meghan manifesting royalty, and the internet had a new reason to raise an eyebrow. Was her romance with Harry really a whirlwind fairy tale, or a carefully calculated climb? Supporters say it's unfair to weaponize ambition. Meghan, they argue, worked hard, landed on suits, and just happened to fall in love with someone royal. But her detractors insist it was all part of the plan. She was auditioning for royalty, one viral tweet said, and she nailed the part. The danger of these rumors isn't just their content, it's how they're received. In the current media climate, facts often take a back seat to feelings. And with Meghan's credibility now under intense scrutiny, even old, unverified gossip feels more believable to her critics than the polished image she projects. That it's a feedback loop. The more she tries to control the narrative, the more people dig to find the truth underneath it. And while Meghan stays silent, one voice inside the royal family is reportedly done staying quiet. The pressure isn't just public, it's personal. From tearless podcasts to rebranded jam, from bath salt lawsuits to ancient Spanish logos, Meghan Markle's journey from Duchess to digital brand builder has been anything but subtle. Every move she makes sparks headlines, memes, debates, and for some, deep frustration. To her critics, she's a master manipulator, clinging to a crown she walked away from. To her fans, she's a misunderstood woman who dared to rewrite the rules of royalty. But here's what's undeniable. Meghan Markle commands attention. Whether it's with a handwritten HRH or a Netflix close-up, she knows how to stay in the spotlight and how to shape the narrative. Still, the cracks are showing. Public opinion is shifting. The palace is watching. And Prince William, the future king, may be preparing to a CTSO. The real question isn't whether Meghan will survive the backlash. She's proven she can. The question is, how much longer can she balance on this line between Hollywood starlet and royal renegade before someone cuts it for her? Now we want to hear from you. Is Meghan playing the game or rewriting the rules? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button if you made it this far, and don't forget to subscribe for more royal deep dives. The drama's not over. It's only just beginning.